What if one single mistake cost you the chance to double everything you owned? It happened to me. Not because I was dumb and not because I was reckless. I simply wasn't there when a rare opportunity came. I hesitated. I told myself to wait. Later, I realized that hesitation cost me a position that would have roughly doubled my stake. It's a humbling thing to admit. It's also a useful starting point. Even the careful and experienced make simple, life-changing errors. The question is which ones you'll avoid. If you want practical rules for a calmer, steadier life, tap like or save this video and stay with me. There are 5 mistakes that quietly, slowly, or suddenly wreck lives. They're not glamorous. They don't show up in headlines, but they compound into ruin. I'll tell a short story for each, say why it harms you, and give a plain rule you can use today. First, overspending. Talent and income can be wasted by a lifestyle that runs faster than your earnings. Think of Mozart, brilliant, prodigious, and by many accounts ill-suited to handle money and envy. He could compose a masterpiece at 10, and yet he struggled to live within what little security he had. That's not a moral lecture about art. It's a reminder that brilliance won't protect you from ordinary expenses and bad habits. The consequence of overspending is simple. Fewer options. When you spend your margin, you lose the safety to wait for good opportunities. The rule: underspend. Live below your means so you can say yes to the rare chances that matter, and no to the distractions that don't. Second, jealousy and resentment. I've met more ruined lives from this than from a bad investment. Jealousy is corrosive. It makes you measure your life by other people's headlines, houses, titles, Instagram snapshots, rather than your own steady progress. Resentment narrows your attention and steals your energy. It doesn't improve your odds. It makes you sicker, poorer in spirit, and worse at spotting real chances. The antidote is gratitude and a private scorecard. Measure success by what you did with what you had, by what you learned, and by whether you're improving week to week. Practice gratitude as a discipline. It's not soft. It's efficient. Third, chasing endless opportunities and listening to touts. There are people whose job is to convince you that the next thing is guaranteed and your only job is to act fast. They wear enthusiasm like armor. They're the racetrack touts of business and investing, loud, persistent, and full of hope. The cost of following them is distraction, fees, and poor decisions. You scatter your capital and your attention. You end up with a portfolio of regrets. The rule: be skeptical and selective. Concentrate on a few high-quality opportunities you understand. Learn to say no. FOMO is an expensive emotion. Treat it like a recurring bill you can refuse to pay. Fourth, failing to recognize and be present for rare opportunities. Most of life is ordinary. That's fine. Rare things, transformative deals, catalytic partnerships, breakthrough hires, appear only occasionally. The advantage goes to the people who have kept their heads, saved some capital, and remained engaged in the right circle. My partner and I were available when the right ideas and owners crossed our path at the right time. That availability wasn't luck alone. It was disciplined patience. The rule: prepare so you can act when the uncommon chance appears. That means steady work, quiet savings, and a willingness to wait for the right moment rather than sprint after the next flash. Fifth, mishandling mistakes. You will screw up. I have. The test is what you do next. Some mistakes are learning opportunities. Others are traps that compound into disaster. The right response is to limit the damage quickly, simplify, and pivot toward something manageable. Companies that begin with a bad asset base can recover if they stop digging and start building simple, durable advantages. The practical habit. When you spot a mistake, reduce leverage, cut complexity, and put your energy into the simplest path forward that preserves optionality. Don't double down out of pride. There's a unifying idea behind all 5 mistakes. Avoid permanent damage and stack small advantages. Underspend so you keep options. Keep your emotional life clean. Jealousy is a toxin. Ignore the cheerleaders who profit from your impatience. Stay ready so you can seize rare chances. When you err, act fast to shrink the loss and move to simpler ground. These are not guarantees. They are odds-improving behaviors. They make favorable outcomes more likely over time. A short creed you can remember. Underspend, don't envy, avoid the touts, be present, and limit the harm when you falter. Say it to yourself this week. Which one of those 5 is the most dangerous in your life right now? Is it your habit of spending on status? Your tendency to compare? The way you chase every shiny opportunity? Or is it that you freeze when something uncommon finally appears? Here's one practical habit to start today. Pick one recurring decision where you will apply a rule. For example, before any non-essential purchase over a set amount, wait 3 days. For investment ideas, require that you can explain them in one short paragraph and that they fit your circle of competence. For emotional work, write one note of gratitude each morning. Small rules produce large results when repeated. If this landed with you, comment below which mistake you'll fix first. Tell me which one feels most urgent: overspending, jealousy, chasing touts, missing opportunities, or poor recovery from errors. Subscribe if you want more condensed lessons like this. No promises of quick fortunes, only a few hardened rules that tilt the odds. Start with one today and see where 5 years of better decisions get you.